looked at. Our topic this week: when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Staying current, staying focused, and staying successful. That is our topic, and that is our challenge. Our challenge is to go inside and ask ourselves, do we have the ability to modify, adjust, or change how we see things? Because the feelings we have is directly connected to the thoughts we have. And the thoughts we have are based on our perception or our view. So if we can modify how we look at it, we can adjust how we think about it, we'll then adjust how we feel about it, and we'll do something different. If we continue to do the same thing, we'll keep the same thoughts and we'll have the same view. And that becomes the power, that becomes the war. The war is, can you modify or change or throw out old views and bring in new? Because the reason things exist the way they are is because we see them the way we do as a result of what we've experienced. Now, the secret to winning the war is to modify how you see them. Because once you modify how you see them, you'll modify what you think. And once you modify how you see them and what you think, you'll change what you feel and what you ultimately do. I personally experienced that from my own life by realizing that I didn't like the way we saw ourselves as people. I didn't like the way we were taught about ourselves. I didn't like the way we viewed others. I didn't like the pain that was in our community from a very young age. So as a result of not liking what I saw, not liking the feelings that I felt, and not liking the circumstances that we were perpetually in, I left the country at 21 years old. And I went to Africa, and I stayed in Africa to find out what was it like to be a black person who had not been a victim of slavery. I wanted to know what that felt like. I wanted to know what people look like and talk like who had not been victims of slavery. So I made the sojourner, I made the challenge, I made the pursuit to see if what I thought and what everybody thought that had raised me was correct, or was we bankrupt as a result of how we saw things because of what we've been through. And oh, was my hunch correct? Was my view and my perception changed? Was my attitude renewed? Was my orientation modified? Yes, yes, yes. So as I returned with a new way of looking at things, a new way of seeing things, and a new way of being able to approach an old problem. I learned how to go to the core uninhibited by emotional, psychological, intellectual, educational, or spiritual limitations of the training, the orientation, the attitude, and the view. And as a result of it, I became able to use an entire new array of arsenal because of the fact that I now had a new changed way. I looked at myself, I looked at the world, I looked at us, I looked at our challenge, and I looked at our adversaries in this war. Over to you, Brother Kevin. I'd like to thank you for calling in to today's morning inspirational message. It is our hopes that you develop, you cultivate an capacity to really be able to modify and orientate how you see yourself. It is our desire that you begin to open a receptivity to change, to adjustment, to modification. We'd like you to call a friend, call a family member, begin to discuss what you've heard, begin to discuss what you've thought, and begin to discuss what you feel as a result of what you heard. The beauty of this medium is you can call in. You can revisit the message you have just heard. You can begin to evaluate everything you feel and everything you have viewed and saw as it relates to your life and the lives of those around you. And begin to raise the questions. How do you feel? How do you see it? Are the ways you see it, are the ways your community sees it, getting them the results that they want? Are we winning the war with the attitude and the orientation that we have? Take a moment to log into our YouTube channel. Leave a comment, leave a message, leave a concern, give your feelings, express your views on yourself, your environment, what you see, and what you've heard. We look forward to bringing you this message of optimism, this message of positive expectations, this openness, this expansion that will create development and change. This optimism, this growth and expansion will be a byproduct of those things that you modify. Have a great and fantastic day, and go out and make your life free. Make it happy, make it fulfilled, and touch the lives of those around you. Lift them up, elevate them, expand them, and create a larger scope for which light, energy, and opportunity can flow through. This is your friend and brother, Brother Tamboozy, saying, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.